Kumbakonam, a city that is bound by two rivers, the Kaveri River to the north and the Arasala River to the south, is located in the Tanjavur district of Tamil Nadu. Kumbakonam is also known as a temple town due to the prevalence of several temples here and is also particularly noted for its Mahamaham festival, which happens once in 12 years. And this attracts people from all over the country. The name Kumbakonam is derived from the words Kumbha, which means pot, and Konam, which means a corner or a place. Therefore, Kumbakonam can be literally translated to as the place where the pot resides. Now, why is it known as that? It is believed that Brahma, who was given the charge of creation by Lord Vishnu, contained the seeds of every living being that existed on earth in a kumbha. The kumbha, during the process of the pralaya or the dissolution of the universe, it got displaced and it was floating around in the universe, and it ultimately came to rest on this spot where the town of Kumbakonam now stands. So this event is now commemorated in the Mahamaham festival that is held every 12 years. Namaste, I'm Sangeeta Venkatesh and a very warm welcome to my channel. And if you are new to my channel, we discuss travel, temples, destinations and spirituality on this channel. And if these topics interest you, do sub below. So in this piece, I will describe our visit to the NachiyarKoil near Kumbakonam. We had driven from Bangalore to Kumbakonam via the Tiruvannamalai route. We had booked ourselves at Mantrapudam, a CGH Earth-owned resort in Veppathur village on the outskirts of Kumbakonam. But more on that later. So NachiyarKoil or Thirunarayur, which is its official name, is a mere 20-minute drive from Veppathur village. So Thiru means holy, Narai means sweet scent, and Uru means place. And the Sanskrit word is Sugandhagiri, which means sweet smell or a place with a sweet smell. So both names point to the same thing, that this place was a place which had a very fragrant smell around it. So we arrived at 4:30 p.m. and bought a couple of archana tattas or offerings to the Lord from the vendors who just sit outside the temple. The northeast monsoon has just set in and it had rained a bit, and this had made the temple roads a little muddy and slushy, but it had made the weather definitely much cooler for this part of the country. Now this temple is part of the 108 Divya Desams and is part of the 40 Cholanadu Divyadesams. Here, Lord Vishnu is worshipped as Srinivasar Perumal or Naraiyur Nambi, and his consort Lakshmi is known as Vanjulavalli Thayar or Nachiyar Thayar. On festive occasions, the rituals are first performed for Nachiyar, and hence the temple got to be known as NachiyarKoil due to the importance accorded to her. During the temple processions too, she moves ahead and is followed by Lord Srinivasa. And so there is a reason for all that. Now, according to the Sthala Purana or the local lore, there lived a saint named Medhavi here in this space. He had a deep desire that goddess Mahalakshmi should be born to him as his daughter. So you remember we spoke about the Vatsalya Bhava or Bhakti as a paternal or maternal love in my previous video, where we spoke about Periyarvar, who had the same bhava or emotion for Lord Vishnu in the form of Vattapatra Sai. So if you have not seen it, you're most welcome to go back to the videos, and I will also link it here in the description. So Rishi Medhavi worshipped the Lord religiously with utmost faith. And one day while taking a bath in the river, he found an image of Chakratarvar or Sudarshana Chakra, which is one of the items of Lord Vishnu, entwined with Yoga Narasimha. And he took this Vigraham or the image and installed it in his hermitage. And subsequently his prayers bore fruit, as one day he suddenly found a very beautiful baby girl under the tree named Vanjulamaram, which we now know as the Ashoka tree. The saint took the child and named her Vanjulavalli after the tree where he found her. She was none other than Lord Vishnu's consort. Vanjulavalli then grew up in his ashram, and subsequently she attained the age when the saint thought that she should get married. One day, Lord Vishnu appeared in his Panchavyuha forms or emanations, namely Sankarshana, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Purushottama and Vasudeva, and visited Rishimavi's ashram as guests. The saint's disciples welcomed the guests, and Vanjulavalli served a delicious meal for them. After finishing their meal, Vanjulavalli went to help them wash their hands by pouring water. At that time, Vasudeva realized that she was none other than his consort and wanted to hold her hand. When she cried for help, her father Medhavi came running and wanted to, curse the guests for their, impudence. It was then Lord Vishnu decided that his Leela had gone too far, and he manifested himself in his true form by merging all the 5 forms into himself. He then enlightened Rishi Medhavi that Vanjulavalli was none other than Mahalakshmi herself. He then asked for his daughter's hand in marriage, and the saint was just too happy to have the Supreme Being as his son-in-law. He then asked Rishi Medhavi to choose a boon. The Rishi asked the Supreme Being to stay on in this kshetra and continue blessing the devotees. He also requested that his daughter should get precedence in this kshetra, and the Lord agreed to that. The goddess Savatri, who is the daughter of Savitur, the sun god, and she is the wife of Brahma, along with Saraswati, had also manifested themselves on the earth when Mahalakshmi had come down as Vanjulavalli. And when they saw the delightful turn of events, they went to Satyaloka, where Brahma was residing, and also went and told him about everything that had occurred. Brahma then came to the earth to witness this holy union, and also wanted to stay on in this kshetra to worship both of them. Hence, in NachiyarKoil, you will find Lord Brahma also in the Garbha Griha or the sanctum, along with Perumal Lord Vishnu as Srinivasa, Thayar goddess Vanjulavalli, and also are present the 5 manifestations of Lord Vishnu. But there is this temple is also known for a very unique phenomenon, and I will speak about that. So as we enter the temple, the puja for the other deity who resides here, the Kal Garudan, which literally translates into stone eagle, was in progress. And the priest informed us that it was a very special puja which was happening after 48 days of Samprokshanam or the Kumbhabhishekam of the Kal Garudan. And we were delighted to witness that. And Lord Garuda, as you know, is a vehicle for Lord Vishnu. And in a previous video on Pural Aragar temple in Madurai, we have discussed this aspect concerning a Golu doll. So if you want to see that video, I will link it in the description. So here, Garuda is known as Kal Garudan because the idol is made of the black Saligrama stone. The Saligrama stone is a special granite stone found in the Gandaki river in Nepal. And the Saligrama stone is believed to be the formless form of Lord Vishnu. The Kal Garudan is very famous for a very strange phenomenon, as I just mentioned. During the annual festivals in the Tamil month of Margazhi and Panguni, Kal Garudan is taken out in a procession through the 4 mada streets of the town. It is observed that as he is taken away from the temple, his weight increases. And his weight, it requires a greater number of people to carry him. It increases exponentially from 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 and 64. And as the procession reverses back to the temple, the weight of the Kal Garudan reduces and the number of people required to carry him also reduces from 64 to 4. Quite amazing, isn't it? Now during these processions, the Lord is carried by Garudan or Thayar, and Thayar is on her vehicle, which is the Swan or the Hamsavahana. It is well known that the Swan is a slow-moving bird compared to the eagle. However, during this procession, Thayar on the Annam, Hamsa or the Swan, moves faster than Lord on the Kal Garudan. This is because the people carrying the Kal Garudan are hampered by the weight and are not able to move fast. So this occurrence seems to fulfill the Lord's promise to sage Medhavi that the Thayar will always be given prominence here. The temple is also the place where Lord Vishnu is believed to have initiated the Pancha Samskara, the religious initiation to Tirumangayalvar, one of the 12 Vaishnava saints who sang the praises of Lord Vishnu. And hence this is one of the 108 Divya Desams. We will make a separate video on what exactly are the 108 Divya Desams. Now the present structure of the NachiyarKoil was built by the Chola king Cochin Cholan or Senganan in the 7th century, and it has a typical elements of Dravidian architecture with a 5-tiered Raj Gopuram. The entrance to the eastern gateway leads to 16 pillars called Ninila Mutram. The center of the hall is occupied by the Dvajasthamban, which is a flagpole, the Balipida, the place of sacrifice, one behind the other. The front portion of the flagpole has a small shrine for Lord Garuda. The flagpole, the place of sacrifice, and Garuda shrines are in axial positions from the entrance to the main sanctum. The shrine of Tirumangayalvar is located in the northern side. The central hall of the temple, the Korata Mandapam, houses the images of Ramanuja, Kurathalvar, and the idols of 11 Alvars, as the idol of Andal is missing. There is a Sanadhi for Chakrathalvar and Yoganasama that houses the same idol that was found by Rishi Medhavi. The temple also houses the Utsava deities of Lord Srinivasar, Sri Devi, Vanjulavalli and Bhudevi. Now there are 5 Tirthams or tanks here, namely the Aniruddha Tirtham, Pradyumna Tirtham, Samba Tirtham, Sankarshana Tirtham and Manimutta Tirtham. The main tank, which is the Manimutta Tirtham, is situated north of the temple. There is an annual float festival which happens here, and it is said that Garuda once brought the Lord a diamond head ornament to Naraiyur Nambi from Tirupar Kadal or the Ksheerasagara, which is actually the ocean of milk where Lord Vishnu resides. Now while getting it, the diamond or the money accidentally fell from the headpiece into this tank, and its status was degraded to that of a pearl or a mutta. Thus the pond is known as a Mani Mutta Aar or the tank. Another amazing occurrence, which occurred for a long time, was that a pair of white eagles would visit the temple during the Naivedyam time and partake of the offerings. However, on 18 January 1999, both the eagles attained Samadhi. Now the town is also famous for the NachiyarKoil lamps, also called the Annam lamps, or the Kuttavalakku, or they are known as the NachiyarKoil Kuttavalakku. It is an ornamental brass lamp, and it's a handicraft product which is exclusively made by the Pathar Kamalar community. So my parents had gifted this to me during my wedding nearly 3 decades plus back, and I really treasure them. This lamp was registered for protection under the geographical indication of the trade-related intellectual property rights agreement. It's known as the GI tag. And the lamp, it is a hollow cast, which is made in different sizes and consists of 4 parts that are screwed together. I have just showed you the picture of the lamp, and don't you think it's beautiful? So here with this, I end this video. Let me know if you found this video informative, and I would love to hear from all of you. Do share this, because I put in a lot of effort in getting this information and making these videos and getting them to you, and I would really like to have a conversation instead of a monologue with all of you. So with that, namaste, and see you in the next video.